Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another video. In this one, we're diving into an awesome Thursday night football showdown slate here on Halloween. So happy Halloween to everybody. I hope that you spend some great time with your family, friends, maybe dress up in a costume, go trick-or-treating, but more importantly, definitely watch Thursday night football. So we have an actually elite team in the San Francisco 49ers going to play Arizona and test Kyler Murray in his rookie season. So before we jump into this one, as always, please do leave a like on this video. I greatly appreciate it, as always. We went 6-for-1 in the World Series. That was our final record over there on dfs-squid.com. The link is in the description. It is quick. It is easy. At least go make a free account and get access to our free content. We'd love to see you guys over there, and we're happy to answer any questions you have. But if you do have any questions, comments, concerns for me, leave them in the comment section below. I'm happy to give you all advice when I can, whether it's Draftkings, FanDuel, Yahoo, any DFS site, or season-long fantasy questions. Okay. Pretty simple here on this slate. We've had quite a few of these recently. We had the Pats, Jets. We had, obviously, Pittsburgh, Miami. There's another one recently, too. Minnesota, Washington. We've had a lot of these kind of one-sided games where it's we've had the Washington Redskins, the Jets, the Dolphins, and now we have the Cardinals, who are not in that level of badness or just horrible, but I mean, like, we've had these very lopsided showdown slates where we're really looking to attack just one side of the ball. And for me, it's going to be San Fran, kind of similar to how we have been doing that recently. For cash games, I think no matter what you're doing, I think you're going to need Kittle, Garoppolo, and Tevin Coleman. I'm not putting Coleman in the captain. I'm just saying I think that you're going to need these three guys in cash for sure. I would probably prefer Tevin Coleman in your cash lineup up top. And then one thing I did also want to mention was the 49ers defense for cash is probably going to be a very solid play. So on to tournaments. Let's talk about the ways that I'm going to differentiate myself from the field. Look to get a little bit of edge on people. I expect Kittle to be pretty common in the captain spot. He's probably one of my favorite captains, though, still, just playing against this Arizona team that is just abysmal at defending opposing tight ends. So I am definitely going to be having some Kittle captain lineups for sure. I would not be surprised if a Kittle captain lineup took down the main GPP tonight. But where I think that I might be a little bit weird with it, especially compared to other people, I'm a little bit higher on Christian Kirk than I think some people are, even though everybody knows his volume's there. It's one of those things where a lot of people are going to play him, but I don't expect a lot of people to play him in the captain spot. I'm okay with playing him in captain and then stacking San Fran below. I don't think you need to play the defense in GPPs. I think you can. I think captaining that 49ers defense could be a decent tournament play, actually. It's not going to be a super high-owned captain play. But if with Kirk up top, if we were to play them below, that's going to be pretty contrarian already because we're saying Kirk's going to do very well. We're saying we need Christian Kirk to go for 100-plus, hopefully, maybe get in the end zone also. That would be great. But we're also taking the Niners defense, saying maybe they score a touchdown or they rip apart Kyler Murray. They get picks, fumbles, things like that. So playing in Arizona, wide receiver, or just any skill position player up top, and then the opposing defense below is actually very, very low owned because it's kind of the opposite of what you would think. I don't think you're going to need to play Kyler Murray with Christian Kirk just because of how bad opposing quarterbacks have fared against the 49ers defense, probably the best defense in the league, pretty much unarguable at this point. But I think you can. I think it's a good way to kind of differentiate yourself, like I said. Kyler Murray is going to be pretty low owned, probably not super popular tonight because everybody knows how good this Niners D is. So maybe if we went, I don't plan on fading Tevin Coleman in really anything. But one thing to keep an eye on, though, is if Matt Breida misses and Mostert misses, that's going to take us back down here at 2K to Jeff Wilson Jr. Early in the season when Tevin Coleman was out and I think Mostert was out too, or maybe it was Breida. I don't remember, but he was getting the carries. He was getting the red zone usage too, like on the end goals. Oh my God, Jeff Wilson was an absolute beast. If those two guys miss tonight, I don't see myself fading Jeff Wilson in anything just because of his upside. So I did want to mention that real quick. Marquise Goodwin always going to have some slate-breaking potential with his speed, but hasn't been getting the volume and looks average at best. So last week especially, not even average. But I'm sorry, that was the Washington week. That was nasty, nasty weather there at FedEx. So I don't really hate that he didn't get a lot of targets or kind of any catches. So I think that might actually be a pretty contrarian play that could pay off for you. He can always go deep. So one thing I did want to mention, though, is just because he's only 3,400, it seems kind of like you got to bring that up for sure. I think kickers are going to be a little under-owned tonight because of how well the roster construction works. Because right now I could go Jimmy G, and then I'm 6,200 average. I want Kittle, and then maybe that'll leave me enough for Zach Zenner. Maybe I don't plan on playing Zenner. I don't want to play any of these Arizona running backs, to be honest with you, just because it's such a pace-up team, but I'm expecting them to lose. I'm expecting them to be playing from behind, and when you're playing from behind, you have to throw the ball. And this is kind of a lineup where I'm hoping that those other two San Fran guys are out, and I can play Jeff Wilson down here maybe, the Cardinals defense maybe, something like that. But that's one build I really like, and then another one that I also really like is going to be, like I said, the Kittle captain, captain, with Jimmy G below. And then I just still think I'm going to be wanting Tevin Coleman, Christian Kirk. These are kind of my locks. I think that you need these four guys, and probably, the top three I think you need all around. Christian Kirk I think is kind of my play that's a little bit off the wall. I guess everybody kind of knows Tevin Coleman, George Kittle, and Jimmy G are good plays, but I think Christian Kirk is probably my favorite Cardinal. He's definitely my favorite Cardinal to play tonight. Chase Edmonds out. We don't have any news on David Johnson yet. He's not expected to play, but he's not ruled out yet, and that's going to open up for Kenyon Drake, newly acquired, as well as Zach Zenner. So I did want to mention that. And let's jump over to FanDuel real quick. Over here on FanDuel, I'm not as high on Christian Kirk, even at 11,500 in a not a full PPR format. Definitely not as high on him because the key to Christian Kirk is the 11 targets, 8 catches. That's 8 points right there. So he doesn't do quite as well over here, and I don't think he's found the end zone at all this season. So that's pretty interesting as well. FanDuel, I guess he would be a very, very contrarian play because a lot of people are going to say that same thing. So definitely an interesting way to go about it. I also think on FanDuel, Kyler Murray warrants some look. I don't think that he's the best MVP by any means, but he'll definitely go a little under-owned to MVP for what his upside really is, even against this elite secondary and just the elite 49ers defense. The 49ers defense is unreal. I think my favorite captain over here is honestly just going to be George Kittle. I feel comfortable saying that. I expect to be playing him. And if we plug Kittle in up top and then Jimmy G below, let's see how the construction is over here. I kind of want Tevin Coleman still. We got 8,500. Let's see. And then Jeff Wilson. If Jeff Wilson, yeah, that would be amazing. And then we can get right back up to 12, and we can go with Christian Kirk. We can go with Kenyon Drake, Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders obviously had that touchdown, I believe, last week in his first week with this Niners team on 5 targets. So it's pretty exciting to see that. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to Emmanuel Sanders yet. All low A-dot throws, just short throws, and he ended up getting in the end zone. So that was good to see. But I'm definitely going to be leaning Christian Kirk as my wide receiver on the slate. That's probably for both teams, but obviously George Kittle being a tight end, he's a ball catcher too. But that's pretty much all I got for you. I apologize for the later upload as well. I recorded this yesterday, and I woke up feeling a little rough today. But I recorded this yesterday and had it scheduled to auto-upload, and I just went to check it today. I had 2 DMs saying, are you going to upload a video? And the file was corrupted or something, and I tried to re-upload it, and it just wouldn't work, so I had to redo it. But I do hope you guys found this video informational, educational, and sensational. So I will see you guys tomorrow with my cash game locks for Sunday, and then after that it'll be Saturday, and we have college football on Saturday as well as my GPP locks video, and the next thing you know, it's gonna be Sunday night football right after we win the Million Maker on Sunday. So I'll see y'all tomorrow, and everybody have a good night again. Happy Halloween to you. Spend some time with your family, go get some candy, and enjoy yourself.